Let's see who's going to legally stop for me, where it says stop for pedestrians. Ah, we got some Canadian geese. They are so cute. Look at this. Hello! What is your name? Oh, you hiss like a cat. You're cute though. A little chunky. Our home away from home. Yeah, it's snowing a little bit, which is really weird because we were having rainstorms. Welcome to Canada. Gotta wear the gloves. It's cold. It's always better to come on a weekday here. It's less congested. You come here on a weekend, you can't even move here. You can't get good shots. Check this out. Kind of reminds me of Alaska. Look at all that. Pure solid ice. Look at all of that, it's all frozen. So what a lot of people don't know is that there's they think this is Niagara Falls, but there's actually two. And it's really cool when you can get to the other one and you walk there. So I'll show you. And obviously the don't climb over. This is one of those famous hotels with the restaurant on top to kind of emulate and mimic the CN Tower, but it's way smaller. So yeah, so this is Niagara Falls in the winter. It's still winter here. It's freezing. Freezing. I do not like the cold. But this is pretty cool. I'm gonna go walking for a few minutes down here. All right, look at this. That's the US side. I would love to tell you why we're here on Niagara Falls, but that story will be for another day. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Mini getaways to Niagara Falls. It's not that far. An hour and a half from where I live. But yeah, it's very pretty in the winter. I always used to do trips a couple times in the winter time, and we used to take chunks of ice from the floor and throw it down at like 3 o'clock in the morning into the water and see whose ball of ice. Security camera system's going off. Okay, there we go. Yeah, look at this view. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, and over here is one of the casinos. It's really nice when it's not packed here. That's why I always tell people, especially if you're a tourist and you come here, don't come on a weekend, especially a Saturday. It's a nightmare. You can't move here. You'll never be able to get these sights or these views. Look at that. A lot of people don't realize like how much ice forms. And then from this angle, this is the one that creates all of this fogginess and moisture. And if you stand over there, you're bound to get drenched depending on the wind. But yeah, my home away from home, Niagara Falls, Ontario. Yeah, I'll go a little bit further. It may not look like a huge distance, but it really is a pretty decent walk. So, what do you guys think? Pretty cool. Yeah. See? And it's cool because it doesn't matter where you stand as long as you're in this vicinity. You will be able to see both sides. I've been many times to the US side of Niagara Falls, and we definitely got the better view from our side. And it's much nicer. It's very dirty on the New York side of Niagara Falls. Very dirty. Even though this is a very poor city, like a lot of people think it's a wealthy city, it isn't. There's a lot of poverty here, a lot of homelessness, a lot of drug addicts. It's like it's not a hustling and bustling city like it used to be back in the 80s and 90s. All you see is dilapidated stores, a lot of stores that went out of business. It's really, really, really sad. It's not what it used to be. And the people that come here on the weekends, I'm not somebody who likes to be prejudiced or racist, but it's a lot of just immigrants flooding these areas. And you know, well, my parents are immigrants, so I can't really say anything too much about it. Try to be respectful of people's cultures and stuff like that. But a lot of the ones that come here, last time I was here, they were so disrespectful, and like they'd be throwing trash on the ground, right? And the city spends so much time, like, look how clean this is right now. There's no trash right now. The city has so many people that they've hired to keep these areas clean, free, and nice and respectful. There's people that will sit there and they'll like spit right in front of you on the ground, and it's like, you're gross. Be kind. But yeah, I used to love when my parents would take us when we were younger here, and I used to always say when I got my first car, how one of the first places I wanted to go to was do my own trip to Niagara Falls. And I had like a whole bucket list of places that I wanted to go drive by myself without having my parents do it, because you know, you wanted to do the cool thing. So that was quite adventurous. But yeah, it's really cool. But I want to show you the exciting part, because this part of Niagara Falls is like pretty damn cool, right? And you'll notice that it gets busier like down here, and the reason being is because down there is like a building where they have some eatery places and gift shops, more targeted towards like the real tourist area. You notice that there'll be a lot of people standing in that one corner, because the angle from seeing that side of the falls is like an absolutely incredible view. Now, I do wish, for people that had more accessibility issues, that they actually had greater parking available in this area. They have the ability to do it, but they don't want to flood too much of the area with parking, so a lot of people have to park kind of far away, and sometimes taxis down here. But yeah, so let me get a little bit closer here. So this is the second part of the falls. So there's two actual huge giant falls. Now the other one is basically the one that's more of the popular one that they usually light up at night with all these fancy lights. But what a lot of people don't know is that's actually small. Smaller than this one that we are approaching. Yeah. And you'll see the smog that's being created. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah, and then there's some of the other big hotels. You can see the other casino one here. Embassy Suites, Marriott, the Tower Hotel, which I've been told is not really that nice. It's beautiful views, but they said that it's kind of like crappy rooms. But I don't know. I've never stayed there, so I can't really comment too much. I just go based on online reviews and pictures that people share. You have to know which hotels to stay at in this area. There's a lot of really cheap motels. So here I'll get closer so you can see this one. And then I'm gonna head back because it is freezing. It's freezing. But like, look at this view. But this looks bigger than this, but this is bigger. Look how cold it is. Freezing. Sorry for my complaining. It's usually not this cold this time of year. It usually warms up a bit more than this. This building is really, really old. I'm going to estimate that it's definitely at least 100 years old. Oh, here. Table Rock. This is the site of the historic landmark, Table Rock, a shelf of bare rock, 61 meters, 200 feet long, 18.3 meters, 60 feet wide. Once part of the crest of the Horseshoe Falls, it was left isolated when the falls receded. Rock falls in 1818, 1828, 1829, 1850, and 1934 reduced its size. The remaining overhang was blasted off for safety reasons in 1935. Very cool. More historical information. All right. Once I get to that area, I'm going to walk up to the fence and then head back. It's just too cold, and I can see there's way too many people there. So I'll get a good view from over here. But this is Canada. Check that out. I'll go until just after these people where this fenced area is. You know that they're always doing construction here. It doesn't end. Alright, so you hold my phone really steady. There you go. This is actually the popular area because it's so cool the way the water falls. All right, I'm going to end the live. Have a good one.